Hello, my name is Nathan Hamme, and I'm president of Ceca Foundation. Thank you to Leading Age for giving me an opportunity today to talk about something near and dear to our hearts at Ceca, which is building an enduring culture of recognition within your care community. So with that said, I'll jump right into it. There's a saying that culture eats strategy for breakfast, and it couldn't be more true. Recognition is a tactic or a way, a means to an end here. What you really want is to be creating a culture that's best in class, that honors the employees in giving them an opportunity to do what they love to do and do best, one that encourages teamwork across all your different departments and job roles, and one that builds loyalty to your organization, that you're doing things for the right reasons. So we at Ceca have sort of put together a little graphic that I think encapsulates a lot of this. We refer to it as the Ceca tree, but the idea is that you want several things here. You want job satisfaction from your team. You want the employer relationship to be strong, that they enjoy being there and working with you, and you want teamwork across departments to be functioning well, and that people enjoy working with one another. Now, these are also, in some sense, a means to an end. What you really want is the fruits of those labors, which is the retention of your employees, having people who have been there for long periods of time and know how things are done. You want employee engagement, and as a sort of corollary, high quality of care for those who are in your community. And you want a great experience for those who come to you, whether it's the residents themselves, the families. All of these things are what you are ultimately, at the end of the day, hoping to achieve. Now, at Ceca, we've put together an award program that sort of allows for impactful recognition to meet these objectives. But really, what we are trying to help you do is water this tree of caring that you put within your communities as sort of the primary objective. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what best practices in employee recognition look like. So to be impactful, what does recognition need to be? I sort of refer to this as an acronym RFP. Number one, they need to be related to your mission and values. You need to tie people to the work that you do within your organization. So in that respect, it needs to be personal and not cookie cutter. It can't just be, a pat on the back, great job today. Why did they do a good job? What was the specific act of care that you made you want to recognize them? And you spend a lot of time on your mission and values, your mission statement, and the things that you sort of feel differentiate you from others. So you need to be using them at every turn, at every opportunity. So if you can tie some action to the values that you have, all the better. And in that respect, the support and actual participation of your leadership team is a real opportunity as well. Those are the people who are supposed to be living the mission and values in the truest sense of the word. And if they are there talking about them when you find those opportunities, it's essential and obviously will make things more impactful for you. It needs to be frequent and accessible to all stakeholders. So Gallup says that you need to be recognizing team members at least once a week. And that may seem frequent, but that may also be because you sort of have an omnidirectional view of what recognition looks like. It needs to be the leadership team or managers flowing downstream to their team members, their individual staff members. By making a recognition initiative more all-consuming, or we refer to as 360 degree, it allows for more recognition with more impact. So if you can have peers recognizing one another, you've just increased the number of people five or more fold who can actually submit recognition for other team members. And if you do it for residents and their families, even better. In some instances, that's the most valuable recognition somebody can consume, is directly from the person that they're serving. So if you have a 360 degree method of collecting positive feedback and recognition, you're going to have it more frequently, and it's also going to be more timely. So, a single point where people can submit recognition for others is going to make sure that there's a timely way that people hear about something that they were identified or recognized for. It also means that you can't just be recognizing the people who are most visible within an organization. You need to be doing it for all roles. Even the person, pushing the broom behind closed doors deserves that recognition and makes a difference day in and day out in people's lives. So you got, somebody in your IT department who's typically working in a server room. They also are in need of recognition to help them achieve their highest purpose. So in making sure this includes everybody and not just single job roles or descriptions. or departments. And lastly, public and visible to your team. These are opportunities to talk about what differentiates you from other communities and employers, frankly. And one way to do that is through a use of technology. And this is something that we've developed at Ceca that I think makes this a lot easier for you to run programs. But the technology also is something that appeals to a demographic that is only increasing in the size of the workforce and millennials. They sort of expect an experience that's more technology focused. But so whether you're using TV screens, digital billboards, or just notifying people through digital channels, social media, this is a way that you can increase the impact of that recognition on those cohorts of your staff. And then lastly, as a bonus, if you thank the thankers, you'll get more of what you want, which is stories about what exceptional care looks like within your organization. So find ways to thank the people who take the time to share the stories and recognize others. I would be remiss to end this without saying that you do need to also be measuring yourself. To determine success, you need to sort of have a baseline. And it's difficult often to survey your residents and their families. It's time consuming and you got to find ways to get in touch with them. So surveying employees is often the most effective. And there are a lot of really good questions you can be asking of them to see whether you're making a difference with your engagement recognition initiative. Important, though, is that you're doing it frequently, at least every 6 months. That's a way to, again, have something to compare to your benchmarks over time as your program evolves. And there are a lot of different validated resources or companies that have come up with questions that correlate with business objectives. The advisory board, Gallup, Press Ganey, and others have a lot of really good questions that, again, they've got years or decades of having asked and have found to make a difference. We've also done some around the Ceca tree graphic we started with, again, measuring job satisfaction, feelings of teamwork, and feelings of loyalty and to the employer. We're happy to talk to you those about them, but you do need to measure to determine success. And lastly, just because of the pandemic, it's become harder to do in-person recognition events. We've had to do a lot of these over the last 16 months or so without being there. It's definitely possible, and one of the benefits is we're all used to using Zoom now. This is an opportunity to bring in new stakeholders, whether it's residents who are confined to their rooms, whether it's family members maybe of the person being recognized, a mother, a daughter, a spouse. Having them join virtually, remotely, is a great way to make it even more meaningful for them. So thank you so much for your time today. I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email, give me a call. Happy to help with any questions you have, and frankly, see what we can do to help you with your employee recognition initiatives. They deserve it, you deserve it, and appreciate your time today. Look forward to hearing from you.